If you're guessing your budget every month, you're not guessing, you're gambling. Budgeting doesn't have to be complicated. Today, I'm going to be walking you through my monthly budget planner, a simple system that I use to track my income, expenses, savings, and debt all in one place, so that way I know exactly where I stand financially. Hi there, it's DupeRAleru, and I am here to walk you through your monthly budget planner. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can use this monthly planner to track your cash flow, your income, your bills, your expenses, your debt, as well as your savings. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make a copy the moment you get this planner, okay? This is the master copy, so you do not want to use this copy. What you do is you go to file and you go to make copy. Once you make your own copy, you can go ahead and save it and rename it on your Google Drive. After you make your copy, here's how you use your monthly budget planner. So as you can see here, you can go ahead and change this to the month that it currently is. And then you can go ahead and fill out your name, the budget period if you would like, as well as your starting balance in your account. Those are optional. Then you want to go ahead and jump into your cash flow. So this is very important. You want to go ahead and input your budget for the month, your starting balance, as well as all of your income. So all of your income that's coming from your various jobs. And then you want to go ahead and place all of your bills in here, your expenses, your savings, and any debt that you have. This is how you're going to budget. Now, towards the end of the month, when you have all your calculations, you're going to go ahead and come back here and you're going to place all of your actual calculations here. And you're going to be able to see the total, what you budgeted, and how much you actually spent. You're going to do the same thing for each of these categories. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through this. So in your income category, you have all of your income sources here. So your primary job, maybe you have a side hustle, any investments or other sources. If none of these fit what you have, you can go ahead and delete them. You just highlight and you can press delete. And you're going to do the same thing in each of these sections. Okay, you're going to put your budget, how much you anticipate coming in these categories, and then how much actually came in for your income. And you're going to see the totals below here. You're going to do the same thing for your savings. You're going to input your budget as well as how much actually came in for your savings. Let's go ahead and go to the bills category. So you're going to see all the categories here for your bills, your rent and mortgage, your electricity, so on and so forth. So you want to list all of your bills here, and you can go ahead and check them off once they come in. And then you also want to notate here when these bills are due. So is it due on the first of the month, on the third, and so on and so forth? How much do you budget for these bills to come in? And then how much did they actually come in at? And then you're going to go ahead and see the totals here. You're going to do the same thing for expenses. So here's the category, list all your expenses here, how much you budget for those expenses, what actually came in, and then how much is left. I love this category because it really shows you sometimes, I budget $250 for groceries, but I actually only spent $200. So then I know that I have $50 extra that I can spend in any of these other categories. You want to make sure that you pay attention to this category here. Then let's go ahead and look at the debt category. List all of your debt here. There's more room that you can list. And then when those debts are due, how much you budget for those debt and what actually came out of your accounts. And then again, you're going to see all your totals at the bottom. Let's go ahead and look at the graphs here at the chart. You're going to see how much you actually budgeted and what actually came out. So you're going to see all of the charts here for like your starting balance, your income. And this again keeps you on top of your budgeting so that way you can adjust for the next month. Here is the actual breakdown of like your savings, your bills, your expenses, and your debt, and then your income summary. Where's the majority of your income coming in from? Let's go ahead and look at the other sheet. So we were just in the budget tracker. Let's go ahead and look at the summary sheet. And the summary sheet is pretty much going to break down everything for you in the total. So you're going to look at your total bills, how much you spent in your bills, as well as how much you spent in debt, as well as savings. And so this is really great because you can come back here each month. Let's say that you said, okay, I'm going to make sure that I don't go over X amount for this month. you can go ahead and track that here, and then you can do better the next month. And if you're doing great, then that's great. You can go ahead and put that extra money in your savings or investments and so on. This category here shows you how much you have left to spend. So once everything is calculating, it will show you how much you budgeted. So $7,000 left to spend. You can go ahead and roll that over to the next month and do with that money as you will. And then it also shows you here how many days left you have in this monthly budget planner. So I think I covered everything. Feel free to DM me or shoot me an email if you have any questions. And now you are ready to budget for your month. Stay tuned for the next video and be sure to go ahead and check out my Stan store for my other templates to help you streamline your business, your productivity, as well as your workflow. If this tracker is exactly what you need, I've linked it in the description so that you can grab it and start using it today. And if you are now building systems for your business, go ahead and watch the full Google Sheets trackers for entrepreneurs playlist. There is a tracker for every part of your business. I'll see you in the next one.